Hey everybody, what's up? It is Voodoo here with another vlog slash rant video, I guess you could call it. But it's more of a general warning that I want to send out to those people. I know this is coming a little late, but I played this DLC a little late. It is the DLC Clash in the Clouds for BioShock Infinite. Downloaded it tonight. I actually got it basically for free. Excuse me, because I bought the season pass. And basically that's 2 DLCs for the price, or 3 DLCs for the price of 2. So basically, I got this Clash in the Clouds DLC for free. What this DLC is it is a challenge mode based DLC where you have 4 areas, each containing 15 rounds of action where you will face various enemy types in a round. You're able to pick 2 guns going into the round, and you have some vigors. And you go into the round and you face the wave of different enemies. They get increasingly harder as the waves progress. There's 15 rounds per area, and there's 4 areas, so there's 60 rounds in this DLC. And not only is your challenge to just kill all the enemies to complete the wave, but there is special incentives with each wave called blue ribbon challenges, which are certain things, certain ways to beat the wave. So example, you might have a wave of 6 soldiers in the area, but your blue ribbon challenge is to kill these soldiers only by shooting them and killing them from the skyline, or only using a specific type of gun. And what happens is as you complete these waves, you get money, and as you complete blue ribbon challenges, you get a hefty increase in money. And there so happens to be an achievement slash trophy for getting all the blue ribbon challenges in every single wave. It's actually pretty fun. The gameplay, the challenges are actually pretty fun. As I said, you earn money and you can go between waves and buy upgrades for your weapons, upgrades for your vigors. After you complete each wave, the game will give you like an infusion upgrade or a piece of gear to aid you. It's actually pretty enjoyable. But I want to warn everybody, because there's a massive design flaw with this DLC that, despite how fun it was and despite how fun I was having with the DLC, I'm not going to be touching the DLC anymore and playing it because of this horrendous design flaw. And I want to make people aware of this if you are someone who is considering buying the DLC, which I think costs $10 if you just buy it outright without the season pass. They made it impossible for you to save your game between waves. So as you're in one of these 4 areas, you cannot save anywhere in that area. You have to basically fight all 15 rounds at one time, which takes quite a bit of time. I would say it takes probably about, I don't know, about 45 minutes maybe to an hour to complete all 15 waves if you're trying to get the blue ribbon challenges and stuff like that, and you don't just run around killing everything. So it can take you a while, and you cannot save at any point during this time. So if you want to quit, if you only have a few minutes to play the DLC, you just want to play a couple of quick waves, you can't do it because there's no way to save. Now this screwed me twice, to where I just got frustrated and quit with it, and I'm not going to be touching it again unless they allow you the ability to save. And here's why. My first run, I was doing actually really well. I had done, I think, 8 or 9 of the waves and had gotten the blue ribbon challenge completed for every single wave, and I was on wave 10 of 15 for area number 1. And very early on, I messed up and failed the blue ribbon challenge, and I said, well, that was a screw up, that was my mistake, I want to go back and replay the round to try and get the blue ribbon challenge. So I went into the menu and I saw, resume from last checkpoint. Now me, assuming that these people had common sense, assumed that after each wave the game would autosave. So I went and I chose resume from last checkpoint. You know where it put me? Back at the start of the DLC, before I had ever touched the game. Basically completely restarting the DLC. And I was on wave, like I said, wave 10 of 15. So I had played for about half an hour, and I recorded it. And all that gameplay was immediately lost because I hit resume last checkpoint. And I said, well, son of a bitch, that's just stupid. I have to replay all of this. So again, off camera, I went back and I replayed all 10 waves and got back to where I was. I started filming again. And I looked all around while I was off camera. It's not possible to save once you've started an area. You have to play all 15 rounds. And if you die, you can either resume where you left off, or you can completely quit and start over from wave 1. So, just horrendous design flaw. So anyway, I was back on my second run. I got to the same wave, and I beat it, and I got a couple of rounds forward to round 13 of 15. And as I started playing, the game froze. I died, and I went to resume. The game locked up and froze in place. And because, now, I'm not saying that that's the game's fault, I don't know. Or is this my Xbox? But that's not the point. The point is the game locked up for whatever reason around 13, and because there's no way to save in the middle of a round, if I wanted to play again, I'd have to go all the way back to the start from wave 1 again. And it's just like, what a horrendous oversight by the game developer, or by the developers of this DLC, to not just give you the simple feature to save between rounds. It's completely beyond me. It's asinine. And I'm not touching it again, because basically you have to have at least an hour carved out where there's not going to be any distractions or any reason why you might have to quit the game. And you have to hope that for that hour there's nothing that happens with your Xbox to where it freezes or anything like that. And there's no way to simply go back and retry a blue ribbon challenge. If you fail a blue ribbon challenge, you're screwed. The only way to get them all is to start from wave 1 and get every single blue ribbon challenge from the beginning and never fail one. Because if you fail one, you cannot go back and simply replay that wave. It's impossible. You have to start the entire level over. So, I'm sorry. For me, that would have been most of the fun of the DLC, was to try to get the blue ribbon challenges. Just killing waves of enemies is one thing, but I wanted to get the blue ribbon challenges. Those are difficult, they challenge you, and there's an achievement for getting them all. To me, that would be most of the fun of the DLC, is to try to go back and play these individual waves and get the blue ribbons. I don't want to have to go back and play a whole hour of gameplay. I mean, if you played 14 of the 15 rounds and you got all of the blue ribbons and you failed it on round 15, then you just wasted an hour of your freaking life. And you have to go back and replay an hour of gameplay just to get a second shot at getting the blue ribbon for round 15. So it's horrendous. And I want to let people know and let people be aware of this. I know I'm late to the game, but there may be some people who watch my channel who may not know this and are still on the fence about getting the DLC. The gameplay is fun, but I'm telling you that the inability to save completely ruins the DLC unless you don't mind having 30 minutes to an hour of your life wasted because you failed the blue ribbon challenge and you want to get them all, or your console happens to lock up, or hey, you played for half an hour and something comes up all of a sudden, you have to go do something, you have to quit the game, then everything you just played in that level is completely worthless. The only way you can save is to completely go through all 15 rounds and go back to the main staging area. That's the only way to save. So, I want to make people aware of this. I'm not saying don't buy it. I'm not saying buy it. I'm leaving it up to you. I'm just putting this out there and letting you know I'm not touching the DLC again until they patch it to where you can save. And if they never do, then I'm never playing the game. And thank God I got this for free, because I tell you what, if I had paid $10 for this DLC and it worked like that, I would be super, super pissed off, because that's just a completely asinine oversight by the people who made this DLC. I don't understand it, and it completely ruins it for me, because I don't want to have to worry about every 2 seconds, is my game going to lock up, or, oh, I failed the blue ribbon challenge, I guess I'm completely screwed. You know what I mean? So, it sucks, because I wanted to play more BioShock Infinite. I was really having fun doing the challenges, playing the waves, but when that happened, I was just like, forget it, man. Like, it's not worth it, and I would have to, again, completely restart, and that means 2 almost full wave playthroughs were completely worthless and wasted. I wasted like an hour and a half of my life for no reason, because the game doesn't have a feature to save. So, just letting you know, you might want to save your $10 on it if that's going to piss you off and frustrate you, because it pisses me off and frustrates me. And I actually really, really hope that they get that fixed and they patch it, because if they do, I would love to go back and actually play through all the challenges and try to get the blue ribbons. But I'm not going to play it if I run the risk of wasting hours of time because of nonsense. So, that's it, guys. Wanted to make this video, make you aware. I will be uploading the footage that I did take of the DLC. If you're interested in seeing the gameplay, and the footage that I have is actually my first run where I actually did really well and got a lot of the Blue Ribbon challenges. When I went back and played it again off camera to catch up, I did way worse, and I only got like half the Blue Ribbons I got the first time. So the gameplay that I'm going to upload is actually pretty decent, and that's it. I think it's maybe 6 or 7 parts of the DLC, and then that's it, because I'm not going to play it again unless they make it available to save, because that's just stupid. So, alright. Thanks for listening to me rant. Make up your mind about the Clash in the Clouds DLC. It's up to you. But I'm Voodoo. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you next time.